Just days before Liam Payne's tragic fall from a balcony in Argentina, his ex-fiancée Maya Henry made an eerie statement.
And because he would always message me ever since we broke up, like, oh, I'm not well. He would always play with death and be like, well, I'm gonna die.
She sensed something bad was going to happen to him. Now, she's caught in a media storm.
And kind of break it down. So I've been seeing ones like this everywhere, and honestly ones that say she needs to keep his name out of her mouth. She's obsessed, blah, blah, blah. They broke up years ago.
With some fans even blaming her for his death.
Well, I made a 5-second TikTok about something he talked about on a podcast. He was the one airing out everyone's dirty laundry on a podcast. So it's okay for him to talk but the minute I make a 5-second video, it's over, right?
Was she really involved? Did her shocking confessions about their rocky past push him to the edge? Maya's bold claims days before Liam's passing. After a 5-second TikTok about Liam Payne stirred up a storm, Maya Henry suddenly found herself under a harsh media spotlight. Her brief post, which only touched on something Liam himself had mentioned in a podcast, somehow ignited waves of criticism. As people flooded her comments, accusing her of being obsessed and telling her to move on, Maya decided it was time to set the record straight. She wasn't the one to let any of that slide. Taking to TikTok once more, Maya clapped back at her critics, breaking down the layers of her messy breakup and hinting that people have no idea what's really gone down behind closed doors.
You're calling me obsessed? Oh, she's crazy. This happened when you are with someone who's obsessed, blah, blah, blah. Y'all don't even know what happens behind closed doors or in private.
But here's the twist. She claimed he'd constantly blow up her phone, not just from his own number, but from countless new iCloud accounts and random numbers, and even sent messages to her mom.
Ever since we broke up, he messages me, will blow up my phone, mind you, not only from his phone number, it's always from different phone numbers too, so I never know where it's gonna come from.
She never knew when or how he'd reach out next. To her, the behavior was anything but normal, yet somehow she was the one being attacked for making a TikTok. And there's more. She shared that he'd even message her friends, including her best friend, to come over when his girlfriend wasn't around. Maya was shocked that people overlooked all of this while criticizing her for simply speaking up. And the real kicker? She claimed he once told her that he intentionally targeted certain loyal fans who'll never turn on him, using his fan base as a shield to get away with anything. At one point, he even told her no one would believe her if she spoke up. The loyalty from his fans, she said, had allowed him to brush everything under the rug. People said she just wanted money, but Maya insisted that's not the case. She didn't write her book for cash, and she always supported herself. She pointed out that artists can express their emotions in songs, so why can't she share her story in a book? Her goal, she said, was to let other women feel less alone, and to help others find the strength to speak up about things that, though universal, are often seen as controversial. Before she signed off, Maya dropped another hint. This story is just getting started. There's still more about what went down before her book release, and she promised to reveal it soon. So, stay tuned, she said, because this isn't over just yet. She then appeared on the Internet is Dead podcast a couple of days later, where she made some bold claims that shook the entire media. She was in a relationship with Liam from 2018 to 2022 and opened up about his struggles with mental health and the alleged abuse she experienced. He would always message me ever since we broke up saying, "Oh, I'm not well," she claimed. He would always play with death and be like, "Well, I'm going to die. I'm not doing well." Maya described his messages as a way to manipulate her emotions, making her feel sympathy for him, even after their relationship ended. "There was one time I tried to get him help, and then he was not taking it," she added. He would text my mom, "I'm not doing well. Have Maya contact me," because I wouldn't respond. It's just always the same cycle. "I don't play with death," she continued. "If you say this, I'm going to try and help you no matter what you've done. I think he took advantage of my family's kindness." While all of these statements seem to be just rants, or someone opening up about their experiences, what happened next is something no one could have even thought about. Just 2 days after this episode of the Internet is Dead podcast aired, devastating news poured out from a hotel in Argentina, where Liam was staying with his girlfriend, Kate Cassidy. His body was found lifeless in the hotel courtyard, approximately 14 meters below the balcony he mysteriously fell from. Investigations showed his hotel room was in a total mess, and witnesses claiming that he was behaving erratically moments before the fall only made the story more twisted. Another shock hit the world when initial autopsy reports showed that Liam was under the influence of multiple drugs. Was it an accident, or something more dark lies beneath? Analyzing Liam's death and autopsy reports. The news of Liam Payne's tragic death has sent shockwaves through the world, leaving fans reeling and questions unanswered. The beloved former One Direction star was only 31 when he fell from the balcony of his hotel on October 16th. How could a life filled with fame and adoration end so suddenly? As investigators delve deeper, the circumstances surrounding his fall grow increasingly mysterious. Just moments before tragedy struck, hotel staff heard a loud crash echoing through the night. It's believed Liam fell from his third-floor room, a staggering height of about 45 feet. An employee had called emergency services, alarmed by Liam's erratic behavior. The caller emphasized the urgent need for help, fearing he might hurt himself in his room with a balcony. But tragically, by the time help arrived, it was too late. Liam had already, leaving behind a swirling storm of questions. But what's more devastating than the death itself are the reports that came out after Liam's body was taken for investigation. The autopsy revealed a shocking discovery: 25 injuries on Liam's body, described as consistent with a fall from a height. However, the sheer number of injuries has led to serious skepticism. Typically, a fall from such a height results in catastrophic injuries, not a collection of wounds. So what really happened in those final moments? If Liam fell face first, some injuries could make sense, but the number remains troubling. Witnesses have observed that people who fall from high places usually have one main injury at the point of impact, not multiple injuries scattered across their bodies. Adding to the mystery, Liam was alone in his hotel room, and the scenes inside were horrific. When the police raided the room to further investigate, they found broken items strewn about in the room. This chaotic scene suggests something far darker was happening to Liam, that eventually resulted in his death. Investigators are digging deep, searching Liam's hotel room for blood or broken items that could have caused cuts. Questions remain about how he got to the balcony. Did he break the door, smash the glass, or was it just left open? With every detail that emerges, the claim that all of his injuries resulted from a single fall is becoming increasingly hard to believe. Local police have ramped up their investigation, collecting computer hard drives and security footage to piece together the night's events. They're examining anyone who had access to his floor, including his bodyguard, to uncover any hints of thoughts or threats made in the hours before his death. In a high-end hotel, security measures like locked elevators and surveillance cameras are standard. Investigators are reviewing footage to see if Liam interacted with suspicious people during his stay, desperately seeking clues that might reveal the truth behind his tragic end. With every moment that passes, the pressure builds to uncover what really happened that night. The timeline for analyzing the evidence has also raised concerns. Normally, Argentinian authorities are quick with pathology and toxicology tests, but now they are looking into whether the pink powder played a role. A box that once held Dove soap has emerged as a key piece of evidence, along with items like lighters and metal foil, and authorities are examining whether this box was used to smuggle drugs to Liam. In a shocking twist, Liam's father learned that his son's body would not be released for about 10 days, an unusually long delay. Typically, autopsy results are processed quickly, so this delay just adds to the mystery and concern surrounding the investigation. Rumors swirl that a hotel employee might have helped in supplying the drugs to Liam. While investigators are not treating it as a murder case, they're exploring connections between drug dealers and hotel staff. A restaurant employee has reportedly been suspended amid this inquiry, yet the hotel remains tight-lipped about the situation. As the investigation unfolds, every lead could bring us closer to understanding Liam Payne's untimely death. As mysteries keep adding to the story, it's impossible to ignore the parallels with Matthew Perry's situation. With Liam being a celebrity, there's even more pressure on authorities, as people are closely watching how they handle drug-related cases. Hotels are responsible for their guests, and this tragedy pushes them to carry out a thorough investigation to safeguard their reputation. Along with this, the media attention on Liam's death is relentless. He was adored by fans all over the world and was a global sensation. Authorities are under a lot of pressure to keep the public updated and make sure nothing slips through the cracks. While the timeline of the investigation might show they want to get it right, it also adds to the speculation. Initial reports revealed the presence of drugs in Liam's system: white powder, pink powder, and other illegal substances. However, the specifics of these substances will only be clear once the full toxicology results are released. It's important to not only know what drugs were found, but also how they interacted with each other to really piece together the puzzle. With each new detail, the story grows more complex, revealing a web of challenges and struggles. Adding another layer of drama, Liam's girlfriend, Kate Cassidy, has faced criticism for leaving Argentina shortly before his death. Reports suggest that Liam was struggling with visa issues, adding to his stress. Kate's social media posts about their relationship hinted at a desire for a future together, prompting speculation about how their connection might have affected his mental health. In a world of fame and pressure, what toll does love take on those battling inner demons? Following these events, a petition has been launched to push for better mental health support for artists in the entertainment industry. This initiative reflects Liam's earlier pleas for a safety net for those facing similar struggles, emphasizing the urgent need for support in such high-pressure environments. Liam Payne's life was a mix of career highs, personal struggles, and battles with substance use, creating a complex narrative around his tragic death. As the investigation continues, many questions remain unanswered, with no clarity to when we will really find out the truth behind all of it. Determining whether Liam's fall was accidental, intentional, or influenced by external factors is a challenging task. Investigations into require digging into a person's history, including psychiatric records and previous interactions with law enforcement. This background can provide valuable insights, but it often leaves many questions unanswered, especially when there's no clear sign of a struggle. The mention of 25 injuries raises serious concerns, hinting at a confrontation rather than just a simple fall. The details of these injuries will be key to figuring out which scenario is more likely. If they seem defensive or indicate a fight, it could suggest something darker happened. However, without strong evidence, like clear signs of a struggle or eyewitness accounts, these questions might stay unanswered. Video footage could provide crucial clues about what happened before the fall, while testimonies from those close to him could shed light on his state of mind in those final hours. Right now, the investigation is still ongoing, and there's a lot more to uncover. As new details emerge, it's important to piece together the timeline and circumstances surrounding this tragedy. The world is watching closely, eager to learn the truth behind Liam Payne's heartbreaking end. Meanwhile, fans have started to create their own version of theories surrounding Liam's death, each one more terrifying than the other. Some suggest that he was struggling with a lot of issues, while others blame Maya Henry, his ex-fiancée, for his death. In the middle of this storm, a shocking theory emerged, which connects Liam's fall from the balcony to a scene in Maya's book, which is inspired by true events of her relationship with Liam. Is this just a coincidence, or did she actually foresee his death and end up writing about it in her novel? What if she is the culprit behind Liam's tragic fall? Maya's book and its connection to Liam. While the world is left broken by the news of Liam's death, it's Maya Henry's new book that's capturing attention for all the wrong reasons. The former fiancé of the One Direction star has written a novel called Looking Forward, which has some parts that feel really similar to the sad events surrounding Payne's death on October 16, 2024. In the middle of the heartbreak and loss from Liam's tragedy, people around the world have raised concerns about mental health and the pressures faced by those who are constantly in the public eye. In her novel, Maya dives into the ups and downs of a toxic relationship, crafting a story that a lot of people believe mirrors her own experiences with Liam. Could art really be imitating life in such a haunting way? In looking forward, readers meet Mallory, a model with big dreams who falls in love with Oliver, a singer and former member of a boy band named 5 Forward. Maya has openly shared that much of the story is inspired by true events, drawing parallels between her life and the characters in her book. As the story unfolds, it's obvious this isn't just a straightforward love story. It really digs into the darker side of relationships, bringing important topics like mental abuse, torture, and manipulation to light. People on social media can't stop talking about how closely the book aligns with Payne's tragic fate, especially one particular and haunting section that really feels as if it is a forecast of how Liam's life will end. The scene depicts Mallory's boyfriend threatening to jump off a balcony during a wild, drug-fueled breakdown. Is it just a coincidence, or does it reveal some deeper struggles people face in real life? The story dives into heavy themes like substance abuse, mental health, and the chaos that can come with troubled relationships. Maya's take on Oliver really captures the pain and instability that often go hand in hand with fame and addiction, making readers think about the hidden battles faced by those in the spotlight. As the plot unfolds, Mallory comes home to find Oliver in the middle of a mental breakdown. Maya writes, "He stands outside, in the dark London night, sobbing and unsteady, the handrail only a few feet away, and below that is the cold, hard pavement." The tension ramps up as Mallory fights to pull him back from the edge, both literally and metaphorically. This intense moment not only shows how fragile life can be, but also reflects the desperation that often accompanies mental health struggles. In the aftermath of Liam Payne's tragic death, Maya's book has taken on a much darker meaning. It raises questions about the thin line between fiction and reality, especially when the stories start to blend together. What does this say about the struggles faced by those in the public eye, and how do these experiences resonate with fans? As readers dive into the depths of Maya's story, they're left wrestling with the unsettling connections between her fictional world and real-life tragedy. The conversation around mental health, addiction, and the pressures of fame is more important than ever, and looking forward serves as a haunting reminder of these issues. The novel also challenges the world to confront the darker aspects of love and ambition, making everyone wonder just how much of her story is drawn from her own life with Payne. The similarities are hard to ignore, and as fans and readers process both the book and the tragic events surrounding Payne's death, one thing becomes clear. Stories have a powerful way of stirring up deep emotions and prompting reflections on life, love, and loss. But this is just one of the many theories that are swirling around Maya and her connection to Liam's death. Fans have critics who believe that Maya's issues with Liam only made his mental health worse, which eventually pushed him to the edge. Many say that his death might not be just another accident and could be the result of all of the struggles that kept piling up. Some have even stated that if Maya had acted more carefully, Liam could have been saved. But can someone really alter fate? While there's no solid proof for any of these allegations and theories, a dramatic twist in the story has come to light. Reports suggest that Liam was feeling overwhelmed by Maya's legal actions against him. Think of the pressure he must have felt, constantly in the spotlight, with his life unfolding for everyone to see. Just days before his death, Maya sent him a cease and desist order, accusing him of constant harassment even after their breakup. These claims and the order seem to have weighed heavily on Payne in the weeks leading up to his death. It's sad to think about the burden he carried during that time. Although Payne's representatives haven't publicly commented on these legal matters, it's clear that his personal struggles were a major source of distress. Liam's story is a heartbreaking reminder of how quickly things can change. With mounting pressure from personal battles and legal troubles, it's clear he faced struggles that many may not have seen. It's a tough reality that even people in the spotlight can feel lonely and overwhelmed. As we reflect on his life, it's essential to remember the importance of reaching out for help and supporting one another through tough times. Liam's music and the memories he made will always be with us, but his story also reminds us to be kind and compassionate when others are hurting. So what do you think about these theories on Liam's death? Do you think that it is fair to blame Maya? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more steaming news. Thanks for watching.